The Grid, a place of infinite possibility.
It's incredible.
More beautiful than I ever dreamed. And more dangerous than I ever imagined.
Well, I'm joined here by Olivia Wilde, who most of you will probably recognise as Dr. Remy from House, but soon you will recognise it as Quorra from the upcoming Tron Legacy. Now, thanks for joining me. You've just had a game with fame with the Xbox Live users. How did that go?
Yeah, it was so humiliating. I'm still licking my wounds over here, though. It was fun. It was really fun. I mean, I was so honored to be a part of the game because I'm not a gamer. So when they asked me to do the voice of Quorra for the game, it was just such a blast. But now I have to master the actual playing of the game, which, next step, baby steps.
That's a whole new level.
It's a whole new level. Come on, get my bike, where's my bike? I needed to get out of here. Where's Quorra? Shouldn't Quorra help me at this point? I've been de-rezzed. Thanks, it's actually Adam.
Did you have to approach the character of Quorra differently in the game to in the movie? Obviously, you're there physically when filming in the movie as opposed to just providing a voice in the game.
Well, the thing with the game is that it takes place in the time before Tron Legacy. So Quorra is actually younger than she is in the movie, and she's going through this war that's happening, which of course the game is based around, that happens all before Tron Legacy, the movie, takes place. So it was a different time in her life and involved different kind of interpretation of Quorra, but it was fun to do. As far as the actual, kind of process of doing it, yeah, I couldn't rely on any kind of physical techniques to help me in the performance. It was all my voice, but that made it sort of fun. Although in the booth when I was recording, I was kind of like running, pretending to throw discs and pretending to drive and fighting away. And it was, but my favorite thing I have to say about doing the voice was the part where I recorded my lines for when the person playing the game would get up and leave the room to go get a snack or something, and then I'm taunting them from the screen saying like, come on, don't give up, it's not that bad. And I thought that was so funny.
Time for a new course. Find a service tunnel. You'll be able to move through the city's subsystem undetected.
Well, this is probably the biggest film you starred in to date, since really House really propelled your career forward. Yeah. How much work went into actually preparing physically for the role? One, in terms of the fact that she's a warrior, obviously quite an active character, but also the fact you have to wear this rubber electroluminescent suit the whole film as well.
Yeah, for me it was the biggest physical transformation I'd ever made. It was an amazing process of transforming me from a relatively weak, mushy person to solid muscle, and it involved an entire stunt team with many years of experience who had faith that I could learn martial arts, that I could learn jiu-jitsu, capoeira, sword fighting, boxing, all this kind of stuff that I would need to make Quorra, the warrior that she is. I enjoyed it. It was a different experience. It meant that the process of preparing for this character was so completely physical that I found that I was able to remove myself from the character in the most extreme way. It was such a departure from me. Now, when I watch the film, I actually feel like it's an out-of-body experience. I don't really feel like that's me at all on camera, which is a cool feeling. She's just so different. But the physical training was challenging and fun at the same time.
I believe you were born after the first film came out. So I mean, did you see it, or did you watch it kind of retrospectively when you were kind of auditioning for the role?
Yeah, when I was about to meet the filmmakers, I watched the first Tron and really tried to study it. And I was blown away by how ambitious it was as a film. I mean, they were dealing with principles that were totally abstract at the time. I mean, it was very ahead of its time in terms of its relationship to technology and the idea of interconnectedness between computers and the idea of being sucked into a computer and having an alternate life in this parallel universe. All of that has in some way come true. And I think that the film stays true to the original kind of themes and has a basic aesthetic that it mirrors the original, but it is updated in such an extreme way. It's similarly revolutionary. The first film was groundbreaking in terms of its technology, and of course the second film, we used at least 4 different types of technology simultaneously that have never been used before. I mean, the thing is that this film for fans of the original, it just blows their mind. It makes them so happy because we really did remain true to the feeling of the original and to a lot of the characters and the story. But to people who've never seen the film before, they're still blown away by it because it's like nothing they've ever seen. And especially if they're into kind of games and graphics and effects and all that, they just are so happy.
Out there! There's a new world!
Here they come!
Out there! Yeah! Is our destiny.